Hello, hi, it's Rix from the Rix Academy, and it's a slightly chilly day today, hence the roll neck top, but it's actually also summertime, and I thought this would be a great time to talk about the peach effect in Gentle Touch Reflexology. So whether you're talking about these beautiful peaches or you're talking about nectarines, I'm still going to be talking about the peach effect in Gentle Touch Reflexology. And the reason that I'm talking about the peach effect is because it links in brilliantly with gentle touch reflexology. And when I'm talking to people about gentle touch, people really don't know how gentle is gentle, and I've talked about this on other occasions. And it's recently occurred to me, as it's now the beautiful time of the summer when we're getting into enjoying, and I don't know what time of year you're going to be watching this. You could be watching it in the summer, you might be watching it when it's been on the Academy for a little while in winter time. The information still applies whether it's summer or winter, autumn or spring. But when we're thinking about, so how is it okay to touch people, as in what pressure? You know, this is an underlying thing that happens in reflexology, is that we go, well, you know, what pressure do I use? What pressure should I use? And I'm always saying to people, use the pressure that you and your client is comfortable with. And if we're talking about gentle touch reflexology, and I was reminded of this only a couple of days ago when talking with somebody who's new to gentle touch reflexology, who is literally staggered at how effective it is. And she's been having a lot of problems with her thumbs. So in traditional reflexology, she's done what she needs to do and she's used a firm pressure on her thumbs. And sadly, the joint around her thumb has become very painful. And so somebody had said to her, try gentle touch reflexology. And she was absolutely, she said that the word for her is just staggered at the difference that it's made. So when trying to explain to somebody, you know, how gentle is gentle, and you may be lucky enough to have had a gentle touch reflexology from somebody who's experienced in it, or you may be new to gentle touch reflexology and trying to work out, so how gentle is gentle? So if you're familiar with a peach, or this is a white nectarine and a white peach, we know that these little beautiful babies are, the flesh is so gorgeous. It's also very fragile and very delicate, and it bruises incredibly easily. And as I was setting up to do this video, guess what? I actually dropped my lovely peach. Sorry, this is a nectarine. And I'm like, oh no, I'll have bruised it now. And it's just such a great way of remembering that's actually what you want to do. So if you think about how you want to hold a peach, you want to hold it really, really gently. And you want to hold it in a way that's going to keep it delicate. So you don't want to grip it, you don't want to be prodding it. And if I look quite carefully, we might be able to say, yeah, you can actually see as a mark just here where I dropped it. And then it's got a little line where it landed. So in gentle touch reflexology, think about how you would want to be able to touch a peach. So you're going to be like holding it really gently and really, really, really beautifully. And in saying that, if you've got the foot, so I'll use my plastic demonstrating foot, always remember that this energy cloud around your thumb is coming down towards the toe, and they can feel that. So if you think about the foot as being like a peach and just really, 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 and you know, it might be you're touching up here, it might be you're touching, you know, actually making a physical touch, but no indentation, no pressure on your hand. But if you always keep in mind about the peach way of being able to work, then that will give you a little bit of an extra knowledge about how would I be touching a foot. So taking that further, it's how would you store a peach? Yeah, so you wouldn't want to pile something heavy on top of this beautiful baby. You wouldn't want to do that. So whether you're putting anything, you know, you're putting your hands onto a client's foot, right? You want to make sure that all the time that you're touching a foot, it's just a real gentle touch, no gripping. And it's so easy to to forget. So I would encourage you, if you want to really start to really get what this is about, or to monitor yourself, because this is something that I found over the 30 years of being so involved in this delicate, energetic way of working, is because we live on planet Earth and we've got gravity here, there is that way of sort of getting heavier and sort of coming in a planetary pull of heavier. So although you might start out being so delicate, you could find yourself sort of gripping, you see, just a tiny little sort of more grip as you're sort of holding the foot. But as I've said before, you don't need to hold it, it's not going to fall off, it is attached. So if you can keep in mind about the way you would touch a peach, the way you would store a peach, the way that you would hold it as you transferred it from the, you know, from the cupboard onto a plate to give it to a friend of yours, you'd hold it really delicately. And I hope that gives you a little bit of an insight of another way that you can use gentle touch reflexology, of almost imagining that it's the same pressure as you would do from a very delicate way of holding a peach. And that's a way of holding that respect, because in an energetic world, you know, energy, you know, you can feel it if you're a sensitive, but you can't sort of measure it in some other way. So the very delicateness of it completely belies the impact or the power. And I would always say to people, maybe just go a bit lighter today and just see what happens. How does it feel for you? How does it feel for your client? So if you're going to do a little bit of work and you're going down through the spine and you're going through there, just try going even lighter, going down and seeing what you can feel. And if you're working with a colleague or a friend or a relative, try just literally closing your eyes and going down and seeing what you can feel. Because when you switch off that extra sense, you can feel so much more. So all of these things that I've said in this video, I have said before on other items on the Academy. Just wanted to try and bring it in on one, just to bring us back to basics, in the fact of we know how important it is to work energetically. But you can only work energetically when you're being very gentle with yourself and very gentle with the client, the person, the child, whoever you're working on. And you're also truly in that sort of, I know I'm going to hold a peach, I've got to pay attention because I don't want to drop it like I just did. And you really got to pay attention. So it's a good job that it was a peach and it wasn't actually somebody's foot, because that's the worst thing you can do, is let go, isn't it? So enjoy doing the energetics, have a peachy time with your clients, have a bit of an experiment and check in with yourself and go, okay, so let's see what happens if I go even lighter. And remember the peach effect in Gentle Touch Reflexology. So have a lovely time. Guess what I'm going to be eating for my dinner tonight? A peach. Bye bye.